and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pop. And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, J Pops. Guys, today's date is October 8th, 2020, in this great city and state of Houston, Texas. Once again, today's date is October 8th, 2020, and in this beautiful city, which is called Houston, in the big state, of course, which is the Lone Star State, Texas. All right. To my A&am fans, guys, where you guys at? Howdy. Where are you guys at? We're getting closer and closer to Saturday. And people, I can't wait. I cannot wait. We have the contest against Florida. And yes, we are finally down to it. We have finally gotten to where I'm going to give a perspective on Florida. Now, who do I think will win the game? In my honest opinion, and I'm not being biased here. Once I say biased, you guys should already know who I'm talking about. I believe that Texas A&M will pull out an upset victory. And to be honest and to be fair with you, it's not even much an upset. If you guys hadn't seen the lines for Florida right now, they're saying Florida is going to win by 6.5 points. 7 in other places. The biggest one I've heard so far, but I haven't seen it put out there, is 14. For the simple fact that those guys are giving Florida a 6-point advantage lets you know something. Although we got blown out last Saturday, 52-24, what did I tell you guys about that game? And I know a lot of you guys don't want to believe that. A lot of you guys do not want to believe this. But once again, we only had 2 punts in that game. Drop ball on 4th down. If it would have been a couple of things that swung right in that game, we could have been looking at a closer game than what the score indicated. Okay? I just want you guys to know that it could have been a closer score than what the score gave out at the end of that game. It's just a simple fact that our defense kept on getting blown out in the backfield, in which I believe Mike Elko will get that fixed this weekend. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's get on into it. We're not going to sit up here and wait. We're not going to play around with it. No, guys, no, not at all. We're going to go ahead and get on into it. So, Florida versus Texas A&M. Of course, Texas A&M is at home. And first things first, we have to protect that home field, especially with big-time opponents. Now, this is another test where a big-name opponent is going to come into Kyle Field. Jimbo Fisher's in his 3rd year. Now is the time to do it. Once again, do I believe that they can do it? Yes. I'm going to explain a couple of things to why I believe Texas A&M can pull out the victory. First off, I sat up there and looked at that Florida and South Carolina game. Florida's defense is going to be the weakness on that Florida side. Now, of course, when I say this and put this video on out there, come Saturday, I believe that defense will change. The defense will look like, oh, okay, now it's looking like a Florida defense. Once again, this is the 3rd game for both teams. Both teams are trying to fix their defense at the moment. Texas A&M, we're trying to fix both sides of the ball. But I've seen drastic improvements in that Alabama game in which people failed to realize. Although a lot of people want to say Kellen Mond was throwing trash yards at some point, which is totally ridiculous to me. That guy put up 300-plus yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. To be honest with you, I think he will be the only quarterback going forward throughout this whole year to put up 300-plus yards on that Alabama's defense with 3 touchdowns and 1 turnover. That's my honest opinion. I honestly do think that. A lot of people bash Kellen Mond, but now in this game here, with Florida being the number 3 team, and with that defense being poorly ran over there at Florida right now, I believe that Kellen Mond can have a big day. If Kellen Mond is not the starter and we bring in either Zach Zelzada or Haynes King, I believe any one of those guys can have a big day. I know I'm going to receive a lot of criticism for what I just said, but that's okay. That's fine. I can take that. I can take that. Florida's defense, they do not look good. So, back to the game that I was watching. I seen a whole lot of things that we can do on that Florida's defense that South Carolina did. So, need I remind you, at the end of the day, guys, we're not South Carolina. We're far superior and better team than South Carolina probably will ever be under Will Muschamp. If you South Carolina fans are listening, well, sorry for saying that so bluntly. But the truth is the truth. That is the God honest truth. We're going to be a way better team than South Carolina was on that field. But what I did see from South Carolina's offense when they were out there, that South Carolina offensive run game was just running up and down the field on Florida. That is inconsistencies all throughout that defensive line that I can see Isaiah Spiller, Kellen Mond himself, which he can run all kind of zone reads or just scramble, and Isaiah Spiller all have a big day on the ground, in which I hope Daryl Dickey is studying tape and saying, okay, well, I believe that we can, muster that defensive line. Once again, guys, in that Alabama game, I don't believe we gave up a sack. We probably did, but the sack that we've given up is only one sack in 2 games. You guys have to remember that Kellen Mond was sacked a lot last year. That offensive line was horrible last year. This year, that offensive line, I don't know who put it in their heads, or I don't know who got on their asses. Most likely the offensive line coach. But that offensive line looked way better than what it's ever looked like. And if you guys don't believe me, well, go back and do some film study, things like that. That offensive line was solid. Not saying it's the Alabama line, by all means. Not saying that. But that offensive line looked pretty damn good. I believe our O-line will hold up against this defensive line. Why? Because that defensive line isn't showing no aggressiveness on the floor. Okay? Anywho, let's get back into it. So, I broke down that film and I watched it for all 4 quarters. South Carolina was just doing all kind of things on the ground. The guy, Colin Hill for South Carolina. And this has nothing to do with, the game that, I'm referring to, which is Texas A&am versus, Florida or whatever. But Colin Hill, I don't understand what Will Muschamp was looking at. Nor the offense coordinator over there. I don't understand what none of those guys were looking at when they put Colin Hill over Ryan Helinski. Hell, over Joyner at that. I honestly don't see it. But anyways, if he would have completed some passes, South Carolina probably could have upset. It's crazy as that sound. Hell, they may have very damn well could have upset those guys. But that Florida's defense is really, really vulnerable. It's really, really vulnerable. Also, their backfield isn't that good neither. They ain't that good. They ain't that good at all. Like I say, once again, come Saturday, I'm pretty sure that whole perspective will change. Because they will go and do film study as well. But that defensive backfield, it ain't good, people. It ain't good. It ain't good at all. And I'm going to break down some statistics here later on in the show. But that defensive line and that backfield and that defense overall is not good at Florida. That is their main weakness. And I don't know if it's because they're young, or I don't know if it's because of defensive scheme that is being run over there, but that defensive line is horrible as well. The defensive backfield, horrible as well. That's crazy to say because that's a Florida team. Florida was known for defense for a lot of years. But that defense is inconsistent. It really is. It really is. So, on the offensive side of the ball, I know. Those guys scoring 50-plus points, both games. Well, on offense, they have a weakness also. Kyle Trask, that everybody likes to love, and I'm hearing that he's being looked at for a Heisman potential candidate. I mean, that's good. That's fine. Kyle Trask is doing his thing. I'm not going to take anything away from that guy. Not at all. But do I see a weakness in Kyle Trask? Yes, people. Yes, people. And if you guys watch football good enough, yes, people, you guys see it too. The footwork is not there. Have I seen Kyle Trask overthrow his receivers as well? Yes, I have. Is the Florida offensive line good? No, not at all. That's also their weakness on offense, in which I believe our defensive line can get in there and handle. Once again, this is not Alabama that we're playing, people. This is not Alabama. It is not. Only thing that's going for Florida is that they're scoring a whole lot of freaking points. They're scoring a whole lot of points. Kyle Pitts, yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's going to be somebody that's going to cause problems in that defense if Mike Elko hasn't fixed it in practice yet. But yeah, Kyle Pitts, Kadarius Toney, I believe that's his name, Kadarius Toney. Yeah, those guys can cause problems. But once again, that isn't the Alabama offense. That isn't the Alabama offense at all. What I seen from that Florida offense, it was good, but those guys made a lot of plays on that South Carolina defense that ain't good. They aren't good. They aren't good at all. But Kyle Trask, yeah, I saw a couple of flaws in him. His footwork isn't right. His accuracy, in which I have heard a lot of guys talk about, isn't right. But Kyle Trask is a mobile QB. And like I say, with that offensive line not holding up, I believe our defensive line is strong enough to get on in there. Once again, back to the Alabama game, we did get in there and cause Mac Jones to throw that interception, that long interception that he'll probably have throughout the whole season until he gets to the Auburn or Georgia game or something. But if we can get in there and disrupt Kyle Trask's timing, I don't believe he'll throw an interception, but do I believe he'll maybe fumble and take a couple of sacks? Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to test that offensive line and make them play. We're going to have to be physical on the line of scrimmage. That's going to ultimately put our defensive backfield in a whole lot of plays and in a lot of spots that they shouldn't have been in, but because of the simple fact that the defensive line got back there and made the quarterback hurry up and throw it, then that could potentially put us in for what I can see. And this going to be hard. Yeah, a lot of you guys are going to say, oh, man, you over there drinking the Kool-Aid again. Or, yeah, you must be smoking dope. Yeah, that's fine. I might be. Hell, I'm going to have to go in the house and check and see if I have some more. But anyways, look here. If we can get in there and disrupt that time and make Kyle Trask have a long day, in which he is coming back home, people, Kyle Trask from Manville, Texas. He is coming back home. So he's going to want to put on the game. The problem is that we're going to have to shut down the game. So if we can get in there and disrupt that timing, make Kyle Trask have a long day and shut down his running backfield, in which Kyle Trask has a lot of weapons on offense now. It's just the thing is, can he get the ball out to them quickly? But if we disrupt that timing, we could be looking at a blowout game. A lot of guys think it's going to be back and forth because of the game that we played last week. Guys, that is last week. That is now in the rear view. That is in our rear view. Once again, we only had 2 punts in that game. 2 fourth down conversions that could have went our way, but just did not happen. All right, I want you guys to think about that. Let that soak in. Also, the reason why they got 52 points in Alabama was because they kept on converting long pass plays. All right. Once again, Florida is not Alabama. Florida is not close to being Alabama. Not at all. Not at all, not at all. So, we have to look at the way our team progressed in that last game. Now, what I'm excited to see is if our offense is going to change up anything, because like I had told you guys about the Vanderbilt game, that was a playbook for Vanderbilt only. Turns out I was right. When they got to the Alabama game, turns out I was right. They brought out the Alabama playbook. Problem is that they just couldn't execute every play that they were trying to do. You guys can believe me on that, and you guys cannot. But I told you what they were going to do. They were going to mix in some zone reads. They were going to throw some passes to where the receivers were going to catch it. And Damon Demas was finally out there. Once again, if Demond Demas is out there in this game, he just got a little feet wet. If he's out there in this game, I expect Demond Demas to have a huge day on that Florida defense. Mark my words on that. Mark my words. I know a lot of people from Florida maybe is going to come look at this podcast. They're going to be like, oh, okay, well, that's how you feel, guy. You're not going to win it all. Okay. If that's how you guys feel about it. Also, what I've been seeing from my Aggie fan base, and I hate to put us out there like that, what I've been seeing is that it's a lot of people, of course, is still bashing Kellen Mond. That's fine. And I saw one post in my Aggie group that said, hey, and I have no clue of how a Florida fan even got up in the Aggie group. But the guy was saying that, hey, you can tell your Florida fan base, the same thing we're saying over here is that Kellen Mond is trash. Guys, come on, man. Are we really dumbing down to that level to where we're telling other fans, yeah, man, he's trash? Are we really doing that? And I don't mean, just stop podcast and say that, but man, that really, really got to me. Like, guys, we are a fan of a team. Okay, Kellen Mond isn't that good. I understand you guys are not a fan of him. Hell, I've admitted it myself. Kellen Mond, hey, man, he ain't that good in the pocket. But I guarantee you, if Kellen Mond comes out and has a hell of a game and beats the number 3 team in the land, I promise you guys, we'll continue to say the same thing. It is a lot of guys that's still going to feel like how they feel. Oh, well, that was against Florida and they didn't have no defense. Guys, come on, man. We have to stop this. We have to stop it. We got to. Just because we're not getting everything that we want, because this is what we want. We want. People ain't going to give us everything, man. So we have to stop that, man. We have to cut it out. Man, we have to cut it out. But I just had to put that out there. To my Aggie fans, I love you guys. I love you. But we have to stop doing that. We got to stop. Understand you guys are frustrated as well as I am. But we also have to remember that that guy, Kellen Mond, as long as he's still on the field, he's going to do everything he can do. He wasn't bad in that game. That game wasn't on Kellen Mond. It wasn't. I'm sorry. That game was not on Kellen Mond. That was on our just horrible defense, our horrible backfield that played in that game. I'm not saying that our backfield is horrible, but they were just horrible in that game. That wasn't the right game plan for our backfield. We needed help, and we didn't produce the help. So we cannot blame it on Kellen Mond. Yeah, he's the quarterback, but if you put a Georgia out there that's doing their thing right, if you put a Georgia out there and ask those guys to come back on the field and do what Alabama just did, knowing that they probably don't have those type of playmakers in the backfield. And for one thing, if Georgia's giving up those type of plays, I can tell you right now, Georgia would get beat 52-24-2 with the number 1 talent overall. They'll get their asses handed to them too. So, I just really want you guys to think about that. But anyways, man, let's go ahead and get back on into it. Florida versus A&am. Let's get back into it. Anyways, so let's talk about this talent thing here. We're not going to speed up and overdo it. So let's talk about this talent thing here, and let me go back to it because I need to see if they've changed up anything talent wise. Because I know last time I checked, I think we were at number 10, the number 10 talent overall. So let me just go back in here and check it. Let me check my college team talent here. Okay. So Florida's at number 7 overall with a college team talent. 4 5-stars, 44 4-stars, 34 3 stars. Texas A&M, yes, they're still at number 10. So we have 83 commits, because of the opt-outs. Another thing is people keep on talking about the opt-outs like we just had the entire damn team to opt out. Guys, the whole team we only had 6 opt-outs. We only had 6. I'm so tired of hearing we only had 6. Now, was it 2 out of that 6 that was maybe important for this year? Yes, but not all 6 is the reason to why we're at to where we're at right now. I'm so tired of hearing it. Not saying that everybody's been saying it, but I'm so tired of hearing it. We only had 6 damn opt-outs, man. That ain't nothing. That ain't anything. It's only 6. Anyways, so we have talent matched overall. 4 5-stars, 38 3-stars, 38 4-stars, and 38 3-stars. Talent up against Florida matches pretty damn good. The thing is that Florida has 85 commits and we only have 83. Okay, so be it. So what? That right there doesn't say anything to me. Okay? So let's get back into what we were talking about. So offensively, we're going to jump to the offensive side of the ball. Offensively, Florida's total offense at the moment ranks 13th overall, which is damn good. And, you know, I've been hearing a lot of things of, well, we're still stuck in the pass offense. True. Which could be true. You know, we're still running like an I formation with a fullback and running back, tight end, things like that. You guys have already heard my perception on the hurry-up offense. I don't like it, but is it an exciting offense? Yes. But do we want to win? Yes. That's why I do not like the hurry-up offense when you're killing your defense. The thing about it is that if you're going to run a hurry-up offense, the plays that you call offensively, you have to execute on each and every last one of them. And if you do not execute on each and every last one of them, then what's going to happen is that you're going to have a quick-ass 3 and out. What that is going to ultimately do is put your defense back on the field. And it's going to take a lot of energy out of your defense, and it's going to take an energy out of the play call. Because if your defense is getting gashed every minute or two, and you're just putting those same guys back on the field, and hell, even if you rotate, if they keep on going back and going back and going back, what do you guys think is going to happen throughout the entire game? They're going to get worn out. They're going to get worn out. So, I mean, but do we need to change a couple of things up offensively? Yes, because of the simple fact of that sometimes what we're running isn't working, you know, and I totally understand that. But do I want to be a high-powered offense? Yes. But being a high-powered offense comes with a whole lot of flaws. And that's what we're seeing with Florida at the moment. Although Florida is ranked 13th, the sacks that they've given up, I don't know exactly what, their ranking is, with sacks given up per se, but I'm pretty sure they're highly up there with sacks given up. Like I say, if for one thing, now, Kellen Mond hadn't been sacked all this year. He's only been sacked like twice. As opposed to Florida, I think Florida, Kyle Trask has been sacked probably maybe like 4 or 5 times already. So anyway, Florida is ranked 13th. They have about 990 yards, 495 yards a game. All right. So Texas A&M is 38. We're just out of the top 30, in which we're still within the top 50. So that's actually fine with me. That is fine with me, and I'm gonna go into why that's pretty okay with me. Texas A&M 38, 822 22 yards overall, 411 yards a game, 411, and of course that comes with the game that we gave Alabama and whatnot, because we had over 100 rushing yards in that game against Alabama, believe it or not. But anywho, Florida's defense, 65th overall. Guys, I know we talked about the defense that we just put out there on the field, but Florida's defense is way worse. 65th overall for Florida's defense. You want to know what we're ranked defensively? 38. That's probably the most balanced we've ever been in a long ass time. When is the last time we had both of the same legitimate numbers, offensively, defensively? We're probably one of the most balanced damn teams in all of college football right now. In all of college football, we are ranked 38 defensively, 38 offensively. Crazy number. Crazy number. In which, like I say, I have not seen in a long time. Now, the team that we just played against, of course, those guys were 15th offensively with 479 yards a game. I'm talking about Alabama. Those guys were 15 ranked offensively. So let me go to where they're ranked actually defensively. And I know this ain't got nothing to do with Florida, of course. That's fine, but I'm just giving you guys some, in-depth analysis. Alabama is not too far from us defensively. That's why, in that game against Alabama, I wish it could have stayed close because we were actually closer than what people think we were. Alabama is 30th defensively. Believe it or not. They're only 8 spots above us. 30th. Florida is 65th. We put up 24 points. Now, what we're waiting on is can we put up 30 plus or more points in a game? Can we do that? Are we going to put up 52? Like Florida and Alabama? I hope so. If we do, I can tell you right now it's going to be a blowout then if we're putting up 52 points. I will honestly go out on a limb here and say that right now. If we put up 52 points, we will look behind and Florida Majors only have about 30 or 31 points, in which will be a major upset in the college football world, and it will shock a lot of people and put a lot of things on guys' faces. Be like, well, damn. I knew Texas A&M had it in them. It's just we were so impatient and we just wanted to see it right away. But now I can honestly say that may just be the second team in the West. That's what a lot of people are going to say if that score comes out to be that way or something. Not saying that score is, but do we have potential to make that score that way? Yes. Do we have more talent than Florida? In my opinion, and are we a better fit team than Florida on both sides of the ball? Yes. Offensively, are we like Florida? No, but we can be. Actually, we can be better. We can actually be better. Now the score prediction that I'm giving, and yes, of course, it's time for prediction time. The score prediction that I'm giving for Texas A&M and Florida, Texas A&M 41, Florida 35. High scoring game, crazy as hell from what we just seen in the last 2 games. How in the hell do I think Texas A&M is going to score 41 points with that offense and with Kellen Mond behind center and with Jimbo Fisher and they can call the plays? Well, guys, I can tell you like this right now. The way how we marched down the field and gave Alabama a run for their money in the first 2 drives. In the first 2 quarters. When Kellen Mond came back and tied up that game 14-14, that play calling was absolutely phenomenal when we got 14 points. All I'm saying is this. That playbook there is the playbook we're going to use going forward. Okay? The problem is that we ran into Alabama when we was playing that playbook. All right, offensively. The problem on defense is that the defensive playbook for Alabama just didn't work. It just didn't work. It didn't work. The guy, Mechie, who the hell knew that guy was going to have 5 receptions for over 100-plus yards and 1 touchdown? Nobody knew that. Nobody. Hell, Devontae Smith didn't even much have 100 yards, people. He only had about 80 and 1 touchdown. Jalen Waddle, okay, we all knew about him. Who the hell thought that he was going to have about 5 receptions for over 180 yards or 145, whatever it was? One touchdown. Nobody knew that. Who the hell knew that our backfield was going to give up that much of that much of yards per play? They got 16.1 yards per play, which I will forever keep on talking about, because that there just killed the whole that killed the entire game. Are we going to give up that many yards this game? No, people. No, 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 no. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not. We're not. And if you guys don't believe in that, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, man, you guys are crazy. Stop it, people. Stop. No. We're going to make Florida earn each and every yard that they're going to put out there. I just told you the weakness on that offense and on defense especially. Now, will Florida get some things fixed coming into this game because they know they have to get some things fixed? Yes, because they have a good head coach over there, which is Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen has went, what, two 11-win seasons in 2 years over there? And I heard a lot of people say that, well, Dan Mullen came into a bad program over there that it took. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. The athletic director loves him over there. Those Florida fans, they love him over there. Dan Mullen was already at Florida when they got the first 2 national championships. That's why he's able to run that program like that. Those guys already knew him. They didn't new for Dan Mullen. They didn't know it all. No, Dan Mullen had already been there. He knew the Florida background. He knew what he had to do. It was always talent at Florida. You guys didn't watch the draft? Even when McElwain was there, you guys didn't watch how those guys kept on going in the first round defensively? Are you crazy? Now, offensively, they always been bad. You know, but that defense have always carried them. They didn't have the season to show for it, and I understand it. Okay, that's fine. But Florida wasn't no bad damn team before Dan Mullen went over there. No. It was just a pick up the pieces type of deal when Dan went over there, people. So I don't understand what a lot of these guys are talking about here when they say that. So the plus about it is this. Seeing those blue helmets in new for Jimbo Fisher. Oh, he's seen those guys already. I believe that Jimbo Fisher has it in his mind that Florida is always one of his teams that he needs to beat. I'm picking my Aggies solely because of that also. True enough, that ain't the same coach that Jimbo Fisher seen when he was at Florida State. I know that, but Jimbo Fisher has it in his mind that no, Florida State has to be beaten. Now Alabama, okay, now that's something different. But Florida, no, y'all got to be beaten. Why? Because he owns Florida. Jimbo Fisher's record against Florida is 7-1, people. 7-1. I understand he was at a whole nother school. They ain't got nothing to do with Texas A&M, but he still has a mindset of beating Florida if he ever has the opportunity to. You got to understand and realize that. So, just keep that in mind. So, I'm not going to take up too much time here with you guys. But please, guys, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think. Please continue to keep on bringing comments. Like I say, I'm open to doing shows with you guys. It's just the deal is that I will not be able to do a show until on Saturday. Saturday or Sunday. Preferably Sunday. I'm going to go ahead and say Sunday. Sunday is the only day that I'll be able to do shows with you guys. Please message me on Facebook. My Facebook name is Javors J Pops Jackson, or just type in J Pops. Trust me, it will come up. JAYPOPS J Pops. Please, guys, message me on Facebook, or just simply send something to my email, which is Javors JAVORIS.Jackson@iCloud.com. Email me if you guys have to, or just put your phone number in the comments, and whenever I get a chance to get in touch with you guys, I will. Trust me, I will. I do not mind doing podcasts with you guys on Overreaction Sundays. Please get with me. I thank you guys once again for tuning in to this podcast. Because if it wasn't because of you guys, I would not be sitting here doing this and continuing to put it out. So I thank you guys once again. And this is the Homemade Podcast Sports with your host, J Pops. Guys, please follow me on Instagram at jpops2020. Follow me on Twitter at jpops05. And also follow me on Facebook at hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. I thank you guys once again. And once again, please hit that subscribe button. I love it. I love it. I love it. And a huge, huge shout out to everybody out there. And also a huge shout out to, hold on. Let me go in here and look at it. Please forgive me. But I have to give this guy a shout out. I have to. Huge shout out to Pete O'Neal. Once again, the name is Pete O'Neal. I will be doing something with him on this Sunday for the overreaction part of it. But shout out to Pete O'Neal. Yes, people, he is related to Leon O'Neal at Texas A&am University, which is one of my favorite defensive backs over there. I've been tracking that guy ever since he was a freshman. And I love that Jimbo Fisher was able to make him stay with that recruiting class that he had got that was ranked 17th, by the way. Yes, that's how much I follow these guys. Love what that guy does. He brings a presence, and he will continue to get better. A sure and purified tackle out there. And one of the guys that can make potential tackles for loss, as you've seen in that Alabama game. So, once again, guys, please continue to come to the comment section and let me know what you guys think. Give me some prediction on this Florida and Texas A&M game. Please, guys, drop all the comments. Drop your scores. I need them. So, I thank you guys once again. Hashtag it. And thank you guys for tuning in to the hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow me on Twitter at JPops, on Instagram at JPops, and also on Facebook at hashtag Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. Hashtag Giving Magic.